This is my first question. Bill books record the day-to-day business of the next mobile store. Because of this, the shop owner has to calculate the daily income and expenses at the end of the day. This action made him very uncomfortable. The shop owner decides to use computer software to make this task easier. The shop owner has requested the creation of a computer software to a software development company called Thilina Gayatra Soft to create the computer software for this purpose. You are a senior software engineer in this company. You and your team are tasked with developing the software database. The software must have these requirements. So these are the requirements. The store employs 5 people. All employees should be able to use this software. Customers should be able to register, must be able to register suppliers, should be able to review billing details provided by suppliers, must be able to review details of bills issues, must be able to include details of items sold in the store. Create a database called Next Mobile DB. This is a sub-question. Create the user table needed to enroll employees in this software. Now I am going to create the Next Mobile DB. For this I am using MySQL Workbench software. And now I am going to make the database. File, new module, and you can add diagram here. Now I am going to edit the name as Next Mobile DB. I have done that question, so you can see here the name Next Mobile DB. And the next question is create the user table needed to enroll employees in this software. Do this by following the instructions below. So they have given me the column names: user ID, primary key, auto increment, username, password, user type, and status. The data type for user ID is integer, and for the other 4 columns they given the data type as varchar, and the length is different. So let's start to create this table. We can add a table like this, and now I'm going to edit this table. The table name is user, and the first column is user ID. The data type is integer, and this is primary key, auto increment. So for this column I set the data type as integer. They gave the data type as integer because when we input a number, so the data type is integer, and when we put auto increment, we don't want to re-enter the number, so it will auto fill that column. So because of that I set auto increment. When I put the tick for not null, so user must enter value for that field without leaving it. So that's why I said that's why I put not null tick for that. And the second column is username. For the username I set the data type as varchar, and the character length as 45 because we don't know, some usernames are vary from one to another, so that's why I set 45. And the next column is password. So for the password I set the data type as Vacha and the character length as 45. Next, the third column, user type. So for that I set the data type as Vacha and the character length as 45, and the last column is status. For this column I set the data type as Vacha and the character. For the status I set the character length as 1 because this column is used when a user to deactivate we put 0. So in database we don't delete records, so instead of deleting we use 1 and 0 for active users and 0 for inactive users. So that's why they set they given the status column. So I set the finished making the user table, so you can see the columns, and this is the table.